Hello everyone, my name is Waffle, and today's video is going to be how to create an auto exec file and a config file for CSGO. Alright guys, so what you want to start with first is you just want to now right click your desktop and just click on new and then text document. And then you can name this text document whatever you want, so I'm just going to name it, let's name it Cyrex, because that is my Steam name. Let's name it Cyrex, and then open up Cyrex. Alright, now that you have Cyrex open, we're just going to teach you a few lines of code, or not code, but very simple things for Counter-Strike. So, double slashes, these are ignored by the game. The game will not see these, so if you're making this for somewhere else, you can just, not somewhere else, but someone else, you can just double slash welcome to the config. And then the game will ignore that, and then, whoops. And then if you go down here, the game will then recognize this. So what we're going to do is do something very simple. We're just going to do very easy things like netgraph underscore netgraph 1, and that enables the netgraph on the information on your screen to see all the server information and your ping and FPS. Yeah, so you gotta do is just start throwing things inside here. It's very simple. So for right now we have netgraph 1. We can also do voice underscore enable 1, and that makes sure that game audio for voices are enabled. 0 will mean that they are not enabled. And if you do want to get a crosshair or something, then you can also do that and throw it inside there. Second, fuck off TeamSpeak. Oh my god. Let me just go ahead and just mute that really quickly. TeamSpeak, there we go. So if you want to make everything a lot more neater, then you can do // game settings, and then it'll ignore this whole line here, and then you can have your game settings in, such as net underscore graph, it's not underscore graph 1, and then voice underscore enable 1, and then all this other information, max underscore FPS, and then have that however you want, 110. And this also works for crosshairs, so 1 second I'll go ahead and get a crosshair up that you guys can do. Okay, so right now I'm on CSGO and this is where you can get a bunch of crosshairs from different popular teams or even players that upload their crosshairs. So just an example, we'll just use Kenny S's, and it shows his crosshair information here. What you do is just copy this, copy this, and then you can go ahead and create a new line and call this crosshair information or info. Let's keep it like that and throw it inside there. So now the game will read this is a crosshair information. Let's go ahead and change the crosshair, and now welcome to the crosshair. It won't run that, it won't run this, but it'll run everything else inside here. So now we have our crosshair information, we have Kenny S's, okay, it's everything is awesome. Now we can get some more, commands and define, or actually let's do viable commands. So what we can do is, when we want to bind things, we can just name this keybinds. Yours doesn't be like this, you don't have to have the slashes or anything like that, everything could be all together. But say we want to have keybinds, we can do bind and then F10 to disconnect. And then when you press F10, then it will disconnect you from a game or a session that you're in. However, you can also do slots. So, or let's do viables actually. So we won't do keybinds, we'll do by binds. And then we'll do bind F5 to by diffuser. Oops. And then we can do like that. that will show that that is the end of that, what you want to say here. So anything like the semicolon just ends that line, and then it will continue on to the next one. And then we can do by, and make sure it's directly on the semicolon as well. And then by M4A4, and then another semicolon by, oops, by AK-47. So now if you're in CT, then and you press F5, now this will mean that when you press F5, it will buy a diffuser and an M4A4. However, if you're on T side, it won't buy a diffuser or an M4A4, but it will buy the next weapon in that slot, which would be an AK-47. You can also go ahead and buy vest, I think underscore helm, or helm underscore vest. I think that's how it goes. And now when you press F5 and you're on CT, you'll buy yourself a diffuser, an M4A4, and a vest. If you're on T side, then you'll only buy an AK-47 and a vest and helmet. You won't buy a diffuser and an M4A4 because you're not on that side. You can keep on doing this and go around on the internet looking for, you know, so if you want to search up, let's say CSGO, and then weapon names config, and then here I'll tell you all the buy binds and all the other fun stuff. So it's all you how to make an auto exec, which I'll show you today. But here, if you see, this is what this guy uses: bind KP underscore plus by diffuser, by, and all that other stuff. But this is what he uses, and this is what makes it great for him. However, I do advise that you guys do what you want best for yourself. Yes, it's vest helm as well. So I'll go ahead and change that in a second. But these are the names for the pistols, submachine guns, every single gun in the game, and every single gear and all that other fun stuff. So these are numpad names. So, and then these are other names and other stuff. So function keys, arrows, everything is basically here. I will link this down in the description below for you guys to, you know, mess around with that. So we can continue working on this as well. So as you see here, when we press, so bind F5 to buy diffuser, buy M4A4, and buy vest helm. But that is it, right? Let's go take a look at that again. Vest helm vest. So go backwards. Then delete that, and then vest helm. So as you see there, vest helm will buy Kevlar and a helmet. So this is all on line F5. Of course, you can do another one and do bind F6, 3 in caps, F6, buy. And if you want to buy all the HE grenades all inside one button, then you can do buy HE grenade. Oops. Grid. Come on. Spelling. Grenades or grenade. And then semicolon buy flash space flash bang semicolon buy flash bang, and then semicolon, and then buy smoke grenade. Did I sound this right? Grenade. Now what this will buy is 1 HE grenade, 2 flashbangs, and 1 smoke grenade. We'll go ahead and delete that space, make sure they're back to back. So now when you press F5, it will buy all of those things, and when you buy F6, it will buy grenades. You can also start working on like secondary weapons or pistols, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. So let's work on pistols, and then we can do bind F7 buy. So we want a deagle, so we will do deagle semicolon, and then deagles on both sides, so that's actually great right there. And it also does depend on your money as well, but we can do bind F8 by, and then we'll put an op in mod as well, by op semicolon by diffuser. I keep forgetting to not put spaces there. Make sure you have no spaces there as well. By diffuser semicolon by helm vest, or vest helm, and then by, I believe that's good enough right there. So what this will do is buy these things for there and everything else. So we'll go on to the next part.